I'm Bethany Scott here, and welcome to my channel. Today, I have decided to give myself a small little challenge. I have on my desk over here some wonderful, not too shabby goodies I opened up a few videos back, but I have the Pumpkin Market paper pad, and then this was actually a free gift. It is the Fall Mugs ephemera set, and I am challenging myself. What am I going to challenge myself to do? Create cards as fast as I can in 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to give myself a little buffer time because I do get interrupted occasionally. So my timer starts now at 42 seconds into this, but or at least that's the timer I have right now of me gabbing. So I just want to grab some of these, and I have a stack, I should say, of I gotta take a breath. Whew, I got really excited about challenging myself. I have grabbed a stack of A2 size card fronts, and I'm just gonna talk my way through these. I have decided that they will all be edge to edge in some way. So this could actually just work like that. All right, so we've gotten one. Let's see, what's the next? Oh, those pumpkins are so cute. This one, I'll keep it simple by making all of my designs. Yeah, we're just gonna keep them simple. All of my designs will be, or all of my cards. Let me rephrase. All of my cards will be formatted portrait, not landscape. And oh, so cute. So I'm going to just basically keep it simple. And my challenge to myself, I like this one better. Okay. And this one, since there's not, no, those will have to go separately. My challenge to myself is just basically to use what I have, shop my own stash, and really just enjoy the card making process. I have, with age, started falling more and more in love with fall. And I used to be that kid who, in high school especially, and college, I was the kid in shorts and flip-flops, basically. Why? Because I was an athlete, and when you're in athletics, you don't necessarily wear weather-appropriate clothing. All right, so that'll just start off my creative making. So I generally just never gravitated towards liking and enjoying fall weather. I was always a summer girl, but like I said, with age, I've just learned that I'm okay with a little colder weather. I now know and understand the concept of dressing for the season versus back that age, that long ago, when I was forming opinions on weather and seasons. Yeah, I definitely did not dress appropriately for the seasons. So, all right, and I'm checking my measurements to make sure I actually measured these properly, because I'm talking and not focused 100% on what I'm doing. All right, we'll cut this side. So yeah, I am starting to like the concept of sweater weather, and while I'm not always woohoo about it, I definitely have just accepted the fact that, hey, I live in Wisconsin, and yes, it cannot be sweater weather all the time, just like it can't be summer weather all the time. So, understanding that, it's a little bit easier to get acclimated. Ooh, I'm going to double up this pattern on here. I think that's cute. Pattern on pattern on pattern. I'll show you a little closer. It might be too busy. We'll see what ephemera I come up with, but that's the basics. So, all right, my clock is at, we're reaching that 5-minute mark. We are getting close. So, I'm chatting too much probably for my challenge, but that's okay. So if you are watching today, drop in the comments. Are you more of a summer weather, fall weather? Do you love a good snowfall? Like, what is your comfort season? My best friend growing up, her favorite season was always fall. And I realized after a while, well, of course it's fall. You were born in the fall. Me, I was born in the summer. So of course, naturally, your favorite season is going to be the season that falls in line with your birthday. But then I started meeting other people that wasn't the case. So, yeah. Are you all more interested in fall, summer? I am learning that I love fall crafting. I think, and I might hate myself for saying this out loud, but I think I may love it a little more than Christmas. Now, granted, on my shelf here, there's an entire shelf of Christmas. There is not an entire shelf of fall. There's like a little tiny stack. But that being said, some measurement is off here. Okay, hold on. Pause. Nope, that's the right measurement. That's the wrong measurement. That's why. Oh, nope. Wheel. We're just gonna have to take a little extra off. A little shaving. Don't mind me. Just realizing my mistake. And actually, I even shaved it off more than I intended, which is okay. All right, and I will pause and come back to finish. As life would happen, of course, a brief interruption. But I will continue to cut, and then we will just glue once choosing the ephemera. I may run past 10 minutes, but alas, that's what happens when you talk through things, too. Right. And then I think these, I'm not sure what I'll do with these. We'll see. Okay. Actually, no. I will at least use this one as is. Yeah. Because that's just cute. And I can't ignore it. I'm just going to pull out select ephemera. So there's acorns and mushrooms. That's cute. I think that one needs to go with this one over here. A little bit of white to break up all the orange on orange with a couple of acorns on the side. So just. Okay, and this one. I'll reserve that one. Ooh. Reserve that one. See what else I can find. Ooh, that's cute with the cornucopia. That's very, very cute. Ooh. Now this one I really like with the orange. Definitely need to make sure I've got some foam dots nearby. Oh, that's cute. The whipped cream is the pumpkins. I have to use that one. Yeah. But with which one? That one. It pops the most on that one. I think I grabbed this one already. No, I didn't. That one's stinking cute. That one's perfect for that. And then I think, yeah, let's see if this one has, and this one will be a project that I will just add my sentiment later. Oh no, that blends in too much. What about this? Nope. What about this? Do 2 level? 3 level? Kind of break it up. Kind of patchwork. I kind of like it. It's a little different. All right. I think I've compiled the basics, and we're a minute past, or almost a minute past, which is okay. I can do this. Just have to find my foam dots. Be right back. Don't mind me. I did the right thing and put my foam dots away. So now we're just going to mass assemble. All right. And move enough things out of my way that I can do it quickly and efficiently. Fall is just fun. And now that my kids are in school and they're learning, you know, about the seasons, the changing of the leaves, all the interesting details that come along with seasonal changes and all that, they're just watching their fascination kind of excites me a little bit. Even though today, I will admit, Frankie was telling me all about how he can't wait to go play in the snow. And I was like, oh, slow down your roll, buddy, because let's just get through fall first. And yeah. But, you know, it's that fascination with learning about the seasons, learning about why we have seasonal changes. At school, Frankie is building a pumpkin patch, and then what they do is, once, at least my understanding of it, is that once it's built, then they get to like go play in that section, and it's called playing in the pumpkin patch. And I'm like, that's actually a really, really cute idea. I love it. Really do. So, yeah, it's very fascinating to watch children learn about the seasons. Okay, and then if I have a sentiment, it'll either go right here at the base of the mug, or I can just make it its own little like a doily, something circular probably would go right there. Okay, one done. We don't know how many to go, and we're way past time. This is this is also why sometimes I know I probably would get a lot more work done a lot faster and potentially procrastinate less if I didn't chat. But even when I did have a full-time job or worked in like an actual physical workplace, not from home, I was always the chatty one, which is really funny to tell people that, because growing up I was the quiet one. And I remember the first time I ever directed a play. Yes, I've directed plays. The first time I directed a full play, I should say, not first play. My first play, they all knew I could talk and be very loud and obnoxious. But the first time I ever directed a full play, I remember sitting there and explaining, you know, this is what I want, this is my goal. It's just, you know, going down the list of things, my anticipations, my expectations, what I needed from them, how to contact me, if they need anything from me. Just explaining all the little intricacies that come with directing. And one of the actors happened to be someone who knew me basically my whole life since I was 2. And he stopped me and he said, Bethany, you realize that in the last whatever 20 minutes you've been talking, this is more than I've heard from you your entire life. And I just looked at him like, oh yeah, you don't know this version of me. Okay. So when I grew up, I was really quiet, really reserved, because that's just who I was. And yes, if you notice, I have a little white space because I miscalculated, apparently. Too busy chatting. So it's fine. And the guy who said that was one of my, well, he was the athletic director, and I was an athlete, but he was the athletic director during my high school years. And so I just had to laugh, and I'm like, yeah, I do talk a lot. So please pause me if I'm talking too much, because that's who I always was. It's just I didn't have maybe the proper platform or feel comfortable where I was growing up. So unless you knew me very, very well, you didn't hear a peep from me. And now as an adult, I talk to perfect strangers. I can't say I'm overly trusting, because, you know, people have burned bridges. Cute. Oh my gosh. Just having too much fun here. But I do enjoy sharing. And that's just always come natural to me. Is, you know, just sharing pieces of my life. Just enjoying life too. By the way, I just realized that I'm using all the big fat patterns as the main parts of the card bases, and then the smaller, less exciting patterns are the tinier ones. It's just an observation as I'm gluing. So yeah, I can't say I'm a chatty Cathy, but I am one of those people, as I've grown older, I've just become used to hearing my own voice. Versus when I was a child, I think I was never fully used to hearing my own voice. So, you know, that may have influenced who I spoke to or how much I spoke, whatever. But, you know, I'm going to move this a little more towards center. Actually a little higher than center, because I feel like this one, based off the patterns, the sentiment will be better on the bottom. I don't know why. That's just how I'm feeling. Plus, to be different. You know, and I also, with age, I understand I'm not everyone's cup of tea, and I'm okay with that. Like, I don't expect to walk into a room and everyone's like, oh, I love you. But I'm one of those people, though, who, if I can share joy and spread happiness to your life, I'm there for it. Like, believe me, I am there for it. Like, okay, so there. Whew. Figured it out. Yeah, I'm one of those just naturally, I wouldn't say naturally happy, but I'm naturally just smiley and welcoming to people. I will hug a perfect stranger in line in a bathroom at a Joann's on Black Friday when they're having a meltdown. I will teach my children, you know, guarded, but, you know, if someone you see is hurting genuinely and you can do a safety check, make sure you stay safe first, always. Yeah, it's okay to spread a little bit of joy and love and light. Just making sure no one's taking advantage of that. But, yeah. Ooh. No, I don't want to do that. I just thought of something and then vetoed it already. So please ignore. Oh. No, that was on the other side. Just kidding. So I put the stripes in the middle of the two strips of leaves. And I think I have this one upside down, but whoops. It's okay. It's a very small pattern, So unless you're intently staring at it, you won't even notice. All right, we're rounding the home stretch. If you've been keeping up with baseball or the world, Brewers are doing excellent. By the time you see this, we may be champions of something, we may not. I don't know. Depends on how quickly I can film and edit all the things. Oh, I just love, this is simple, but the patchwork kind of between the three patterns, it's a subtle nod to the patchwork on the cup. Not super complicated, just fun. Also, the government shutdown is affecting our family. I just actually got texted by a client, was it yesterday or today, that they had to pause their order I was creating because they got furloughed. And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, well, sorry to hear that, but I still gotta cover my materials and, you know, just tough stuff like that. It's affecting a lot of people. And what will come out of it, we will see. But I've been, looking at how do we cut the budget just in case something should happen and it doesn't right itself, little changes that can be made just to have a just in case something happens plan. I do not like living in a doom and gloom mindset ever, but acknowledging that things can happen very much out of our control at any point in time, and being willing to be ready to pivot. You don't always have to be ready, but you have to be willing to be ready to pivot. There's a difference, because there's prepper, which I don't knock prepping, but there's also just be prepared that you might have to make some major life changes very quickly. Okay, I know it's crazy, pattern on pattern on pattern, but it's fun. I mean, why not? So, okay, all that said, prepare for whatever happens next for your life. And, all right, my 10-minute challenge turned into a 20-minute. I'm so sorry. I talk too much. But I love the results. And I know my head is covering one of these, so give me a moment. Look at how cute they are. It's a whole slew of cuteness and fun. And yeah, I absolutely love them. So, even though I didn't make my challenge, I hope you enjoyed the little stories and the little stalling that happened to keep me entertained. Anyways, thank you all for joining me today, and I hope this little fast fall creativity is prompting you to jump into something that you think is so cute, so fun. You don't exactly have a sentiment or a purpose or a reason, but you're going to be grabbing for some fall goodness, some encouragement, a nice little fall vibes or happy travels, or for those who are traveling in the fall or thinking of you cards. These kinds of cards with a really good ephemera pack, a really good paper pad, just kind of go a long way. I can't say it enough on this channel. I really love when things come together like that so easily that it's like you're creating without thinking too much, but still letting the creative juices flow. And to me, that's so important, because sometimes we overthink things and then over craft, and then we start to not like the craft that we come up with, and then we stop crafting as much. So when you have something really great to start with, then you don't think as much, and then the next thing you do think of, you don't over design, or you just fall in love with the crafting and the creativity of it all over again. So if you feel like you've ever hit a brick wall, or you just want something simple and fast, I feel like this is the perfect kind of project for you. So hopefully I inspired you today, and thank you all for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful day. Don't forget to find the joy in your day, and happy making. Bye.